The opinions expressed on this program are solely those of its hosts, guests, or callers, and do not necessarily represent the opinions of WTBR-FM, its management, other producers, or sponsors.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O, all here wet and wonderful here at WTBR 89.7 FM here in wonderful Pittsfield Community Radio. I'm your Super Waterman. Gonna have a really great guest today, Steven Bateman, talking about the Harry Bateman Fishing Derby.
In the abundance of water, the fool will get thirsty.
Super excited. Gonna have some really, have a conversation about fishing and other things with Steven Bateman. He's gonna be in the studio pretty soon. I'm your Super Waterman, your ambassador for water, Leslie Gabriel. Excited to bring in you the H2O podcast of the world. In a couple of weeks, we're actually going to have a really, really great guest. Actually, next week, 2 guests. We're going to be bringing in the folks who put together Water Lock-In, which is part of the Lock-In Fest, big deadhead fish revival event that happens, and we're looking to have that happen again, but we'll bring that to you next week. Got some tunes coming your way. First up, with some tunes, we got who we got? We have some. Who's it gonna be? This is actually from the B-52s. Got some Rock Lobster coming your way. And this is from the B-52s album, one of the best water songs ever created.
We were at a party. Severe love fell in the day. Someone reached in and grabbed it. Rock lobster. Rock lobster. Rock lobster.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. I'm your super waterman ambassador for water. We're here at WTBR-FM, Pittsfield Community Radio in the lovely Berkshire Mountains over in Massachusetts and all around the world on Amazon, Audible, Apple Podcasts, also on Google Podcasts, also on Stitcher. So look us up, And So It Flows, and also check out our Spotify song list, And So It Flows on Spotify. You'll love it. Just follow, get in tune with the H2O. Very excited today. We're going to have a really great guest in just a few minutes. His name is Steven Bateman. He's the organizer for the Harry A. Bateman Memorial Fishing Tournament, and he'll share more about that soon. That's coming up this spring. And it's a Jimmy Fund event, so I'm sure he's going to want people far and wide to participate. In the meantime, we got some H2O news coming for you right now. This is from the Supreme Court of this United States. On Monday, that was yesterday morning, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments in Arizona versus the Navajo Nation, a case revolving around whether the U.S. government is obligated to fulfill Native American reservations' water needs. Oh, while that's a no-brainer, given our word is supposed to be our bond in the world of the original folks, because that's where word is actually paramount. At issue is an 1868 treaty under which the federal government guaranteed the nation's agricultural needs, which the Navajo Nation argues includes water rights. Tribal governments in the suit also cite the so-called Winters Doctrine based on the 1908 Winters versus United States court case, which established that the creation of a Native American reservation also reserves the water necessary for its purposes. While it's a no-brainer, let's all intend that the Supreme Court comes up on the right side of the H2O and make sure it fulfills its promise. We got some more music coming your way. Let's see what's up next in our awesome water show here. We got Fish Heads, which is next. A cute little tune by Barnes & Noble. And you can also understand that we want to get the fish in, as Rock Lobster was all about fish and sea life. Love that narwhal at the very end. We got a fishing tournament that we'll be talking about today, so we want to make sure everybody understands. Understanding. H2O is all yours. Here's Barnes and Barnes doing some Fish Heads.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
In the morning, laughing happy fish heads. In the evening, floating in the soup.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
Ask a fish head anything you want to. They won't answer, they can't talk.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
I took a fish head out to see a movie. Didn't have to pay to get it in.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads,
they don't play drums.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
Roly-poly fish heads are never seen drinking cappuccino in Italian restaurants with Oriental women.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Yeah.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo. There was Mermaid Minnie, met her down in Madagascar. She would kiss me anytime that I would ask her. Then one evening her flame of love blew out. Blow me down and pick me up, she swapped me for a trout.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
There was Typhoon Tessie, met her on the coast of Java. When we kissed, I bubbled up like molten lava. Then she gave me the scare of my young life. Blow me down and pick me up, she was the captain's wife.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads, a whale of a tale or two about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. a whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
Then there was Harpoon Hannah, had a look that spelled out danger. My heart quivered when she whispered, I'm there, stranger. Bought her trinkets that sailors can't afford.
Sailors can't afford.
And when I spent my last red cent, she tossed me overboard.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you lads, a whale of a tale or two, about the flapping fish and the girls I've loved on nights like this with the moon above. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
We had a little bit of tech there, and in the meantime, we're back. This is And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. Super excited to be here with you, here in the studio. We have our guest has shown up a little early, but I want to just have him say a little hello. Steven, why don't you say a little shout out?
Hey, Leslie, I'd like to thank you for having me on here to talk about the annual H2O Bateman Memorial Jimmy Fun Fishing Derby.
Yeah.
Kind of a long name there, but we could squeeze it in.
Yeah, we'll be bringing you back in just a few minutes, but just wanted to let people know to tune on in for the second half of the show, which is in about 10 minutes, but got some more water tunes coming your way. Next on up, we have Sopa de Caracol, which you heard a little bit of the beginning of it. Why is it all this about the sea and all about this stuff? And I'll tell you straight up, because we're going to be talking about a fishing derby today. So stay tuned. You got some H2O music coming your way, and this is Sopa de Caracol, and that is from the Banda Blanca, from the Lo Mejor de Banda Blanca album. Sopa de Caracol is soup of, I think it's seashell soup. So tune on in. It's all about the H2O. We're here at 89.7 WTBR-FM, Pittsfield Community Radio, WTBR-FM, Pittsfield.
Wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga. Si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol, hey, wata negi con su, upi pati, yupi pati, uli rani guanaga, upe, upe, wata negi con su, uli rani guanaga. Con la cintura muévela, con la cadera muévela. Si lo que quieres es bailar, si lo que quieres es gozar, si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol, hey, watanegi con su, luli rani guanaga. Pati, yupi pati, luli rami guanaga, upe, upe, watanegi con su, luli rami guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga, wata winegi con su, wata winegi guanaga. Si tú quieres bailar, sopa de caracol, hey, watanegi con su. Rani guanaga, upe, upe. Watawinegi con su Watawinegi guanaga, Watawinegi con su Watawinegi guanaga, Watawinegi con su Watawinegi guanaga, Watawinegi con su Watawinegi guanaga. ¡Sacude, sacude! La cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura, la cintura. ¿Sabe quién llegó? ¡Banda Blanca! Riki tiki, 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 riki tiki. Afloja la cadera. Cadera. Upi pati. Luli rani wanaga. Upentu. Watanegi konsu. Con la cintura muévela, con la cadera muévela. Si lo que quieres es bailar, si lo que quieres es gozar, si tú quieres pedir sopa de caracol, hey, watanegi con su, luli rani wanaga, upentu. Chequea.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. I'm your super waterman, your ambassador for water. We had a little bit of sopa de caracol. It was pretty cool. We got a little bit of our merengue on. I'm honored. It's a pleasure to be the voice of H2O from the Berkshires. And as you can see, water really does want its own media, given what's going on with water. You heard just earlier today about the Navajo Nation dealing with a Supreme Court thing to make sure their water rights are protected. And you're also looking at what's been going on in East Palestine, Ohio. You've got stuff in Flint, Jackson, Mississippi. And there's this new terminology that's coming up, and it's called, let me bring it back to myself. It's called sacrifice zones. Places that we have, as a country, sacrificed to the environment. And something to kind of nibble on. I'll be talking more about that in some future shows. It's really, we are all deserving of air and water. And being a sacrifice zone does not work. Does not work for the short term, does not work for the long term. And the companies out there that are part of that, and the communities that are part of that, have something to do with the solution to that. So I'll be talking more about that in some future episodes. So another word or short phrase that you want to put in your lexicon: sacrifice zone. We got some Purple Rain coming up, and in a couple of minutes we're bringing on Steven Bateman, who's going to be talking about the Harry A. Bateman event, which is coming up in the late spring, and it's the 30th annual Harry A. Bateman Memorial Jimmy Fund Fishing Derby. He'll be on in just a couple of minutes. Let's see what's our next tune before we bring him on. I'm going to be bringing on, this is from The Who, song called Water.
rough. Truck drivers drive like the devil. The policemen, they're acting so tough. They need water, good water. They need water. And I'm sure there isn't one of us here who'd say no to somebody's daughter. Drive like the devil. The policemen, they're acting so tough. They need water, good water. They need water, and maybe somebody's daughter. Burning. New York skyline is hazy. The River Thames is turning dry. The whole world is blazing. We need water. Wow, yeah, good water. Ooh, we need water. Maybe somebody's daughter. Give me good water. Give me good water. Give me good water. Please don't refuse me, mister. I seen your daughter at the Oasis, and I'm beginning to blister. My Chevrolet just made steam. Your crop is laying foul. My Cresker's lost its green. I'm alive, but I don't know how. I need water. Good water. They need water. Give me good water. Wow, give me good water. Give me good water. Wow, give me more water. Yeah, water.
You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. I am your super waterman, your ambassador for water. Give me some water, Water by The Who. Before that, we had Sopa de Caracol and The Who. You gotta just love The Who, but you know, everyone's got a water tune. Everyone, every genre, everywhere. And like in most of our shows, we have really great guests. And today, our guest is Steven Bateman. Steven, say hi to the water-loving listeners.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
They're probably enjoying themselves Tell us, you're here to share a little bit about this memorial water tournament or fishing tournament, and which is happening by Anoda Lake. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, for the people that don't know me, my name is Steve Bateman. I'm a lifelong resident of Pittsfield. I've been putting on this fishing derby now since 1992. Our first one was in 93. People also know me as for playing lead guitar in bands, and I played a lot of benefits for people. I was in the band Crazy Annie, and then I was in another band, Public Nuisance, a short-lived band, Gangland, back in Crazy Annie again, Mr. Bone, and a band Red Handed, and now I'm in a band Undercover, but known for playing a lot of benefits, helping people out, helping out a lot of causes and that. And a lot of the young kids call me the fishing derby guy because I've been putting on this fishing derby now for 31 years. So.
Wow. And you started this fishing derby when?
We started, my father, Harry Bateman, he worked for GE, he was in the local Union 255 there, and he passed away of cancer, like a lot of people pass away of cancer, and he was an avid fisherman, avid hunter. He was on the first Jimmy Fund Council when they got a ice fishing derby together to help out this young girl, and he was also a member of the former Central Berkshire Bowmen with a lot of archery. So when he passed away, we said we'd like to do something in honor of him, help out kids. So we thought of nothing better than have it at Anoda Lake. That was his favorite place to fish, and it was his favorite place. He grew up on Upper Linden Street, the Coolidge Park neighborhood, and he never drove, so he would walk there all the time and walk up there and fish, and that was a perfect place to have it. And plus they had the pavilion there, which could help out with the needs we have to put on the event.
Wow. So do you have a lot of his friends from GE and their kids and their grandkids coming out?
Yeah. What is left of his friends, he would be 82 this year, and many of them all passed away. He's still got some old friends there, between his age and younger and in their 90s, but many of them have passed away, but their kids have shown up, their grandkids have shown up. This is a great family event because it's free fishing weekend, and anybody from any state, you don't have to be a resident, they could come fish. They don't need a fishing license for Saturday and Sunday or the first week of June. So we have the fishing derby on Saturday, and it goes from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., and everybody's out of there, and it's just a great family event for a lot of people.
That's at the Conroy Pavilion. Tell me about the free fishing. That sounds really cool. How much? I mean, when you get a license, how much money does that normally cost to do it for?
I'm not sure what a non-resident 3-day license costs, but a regular fishing, just a fishing license, I believe is $27.
So everybody saves $27 per fishing person. So fishing kid, fishing adult, fishing fishing mom, dad.
And I believe you have to be at the age of 15 to purchase a license, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not a professional on it, but I just know adults do not have to get a license, and the kids can fish free anyway. And fishing derby, all these years we've had it, we've never raised our price. We charge $5 for a child, 14 and under, $10 for a adult, and I can't think of anywhere or benefit. This is a fundraising benefit where you could go for that price. And our main thing is for everybody to leave with that, have a good time, and the money comes after. And we've been sending down a lot of money down there to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute for children in memory of my father, Harry Bateman. And everybody comes out of there having a great time. We've never had anybody say, gee, I had a bad time coming to this. All the kids walk away with a free gift right out of the bat.
Not bad. Who can not enjoy fishing? It's really kind of a universal thing. People love to relax. There's also some people, may not want to put a pole in the water, but even just watching it and the community that you have built.
Oh yeah, and it's what's nice about Anoda Lake. The lake is beautiful up there, and there's just because our fishing derby's going on doesn't mean other people are using the lake. There's people water skiing. There's people out there just swimming and just enjoying the lake. And if you have the nice weather, they're out there and just out there relaxing, even fishing. Even if you don't catch anything, people are still having a good time with just the way the event is run. And if you catch some fish, it's always a big plus. And a lot of times, no monsters are winning this, and we go by the heaviest fish. And we have categories for that. We have door prizes where just for entering, you get a chance to win door prizes. And we have a lot of help from the community. All of our sponsors are local friends and businesses. We don't have any major sponsors or major corporations behind it. And everybody's been great. All the people that come there, they all enjoy donating and coming to the cause and helping to fight against cancer, in a fun way at a fishing event.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, have you guys been taking any, like, the largest fish, sizes by weights? Have records? Are there any records or any way that people can actually, get an additional, let's say somebody comes in with a 20-pound fish. I'm not sure that's going to happen. Yeah. However, do you record that? Is there like an additional little game that you play during the day? No. Well, if somebody catches it, we have a list of the size of all the pinfish, and how much they weigh. So if somebody comes in with a 10-pound, say, brown trout, you can get a pin for that through the state. Whoa. And they have to go to a licensed fish weighing place. So I know the boat livery is right there. So somebody catches something really nice, we'd say, hey, get this thing in a sheetrock bucket with some water, bring it down to the livery, and get it weighed in officially down there so you can get a pin for the state or a state record or just having a pinfish for the size limit that's required. Yeah, so if you're out there in Western Mass, if you're anywhere within our listening area, if you're actually over in Vermont or in New York and you want to have you're driving through Pittsfield today, you want to be at a great event, put it in your calendar. The Harry A. Bateman Memorial Fishing Derby, set for June 7 from 6 a.m. to about noon at the Frank Conroy Pavilion on Onoda Lake in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And, weighing is really great. And for our friends who are just tuning in, I'm having a conversation with Steven Bateman. Steven is, he runs and organizes the Harry A. Bateman Memorial Fishing Derby, which is set for June 2nd. Been going on for 30, how many years? 31 years. Today, this year is the 31st year. Yep. And that'll be Saturday, June 3rd. June 3rd. Yep. Okay, so it says here in the story June 2nd, but I'm not gonna. So it's Saturday, June 3rd, to be corrected. Yep. How can people sign up? What can they do? Everybody has to register at the Frank Conroy Pavilion, but you can purchase tickets in advance at Dave Benham's Sporting Goods, Avid Sports on West Hoosey, and the boat livery. And what people will do, they'll purchase their tickets in advance, and then they'll come in randomly instead of waiting in line right out of the gate at the start of the Derby. 6. Cool. But nobody can fish till 6 o'clock, but they'll buy those tickets in advance, and then they'll come in, and they'll get their wristbands on there and their tickets for their food. Also included in the $5 and $10 fee is free food and beverage. There's no alcohol served at this event. No alcohol, guys. No alcohol, but you get food and beverage for the price, of admission, and that's another big plus. And everybody there, they get something to eat, they get something to drink. That's all included in this event. And there's, like I said, everybody who has gone to this, they've said they've never been to a fishing event like this. They've never seen a fishing event like this, and they all had fun. Last year we had a record number of people. We gave out a record number of fish poles. It's probably one of the only fundraisers where we find people who never fished or can't afford the fishing fee. A lot of people are strapped, in these times, and we'll seek out people and say, hey, would you like to go
And we have sponsors paying for a child and a parent, and we'll even hook them up with a fish pole from some of our great sponsors that donate to help pay for this stuff, and we'll have a child fish, and we got people out there helping them fish and learning all that.
Okay, that's great. That sounds so exciting. Have you ever fished in the tournament?
No, I can't fish in the tournament because I'm running around helping put everything on, and my wife, Sherry, and my buddy, Steve, we're all running around, and we have our staff that takes care of all these special certain things. So.
That's pretty cool. Do any local musicians, since you have a background in music and bands, do any local musicians show up and just to play a couple of tunes?
No, there's no music going on. They do show up to fish, though. But there's no music going on. There's no playing. It's just fishing, and everything's in memory of my father, and we try to keep it at that, and it's all about his memory and him always wanting to help people out. So people, most of the people come there were born after he passed away back in '92. So, but we just try to keep his memory alive, and we make it all about him and all about the people that come there, because they're the ones that it's for. So
beautiful. So really just thank you for that. We'll be right back in just a second. Going to play a quick tune, and we'll be right back with our friend Steven Bateman talking about the Harry A. Bateman Memorial Fishing Derby. Let's see what we got. We have a really cool tune. Do something short. What we're going to do? We're going to listen, like it's getting warm right now, so we're going to listen to the little bit of... do we have it even here? No, we don't. We're going to do another little short tune. Let's see if we could find a Raffi tune, which is always good. Get the kids right, set up. Where do we got some Raffi? Hold on, be right with you. Listen to the nice sound of the waves, and we'll be right back with you. We're back in the studio. We got myself, Super Waterman, Ambassador for Water, here with And So It Flows, the only show for H2O. Excited to be here with Steven Bateman. And Steven's going to be with us for another 3-4 minutes. So, Steven, is there anything you want to just, share of, I would say, some of the emotions that you feel when people are coming as a community to support this event?
I'll tell you, I've had every emotion happen to me up there. I have, just heartwarming seeing some of the kids catch their first fish. You know, I've had a good friend of mine, Paul Dowd, and another guy show up with the very first tickets I had for the fishing derby, and I broke down and ran around in tears, you know, after that, because I was shocked that he kept them, and that was after so many years of having this thing. You know, it's just seeing the look on the kids' faces when they win a bicycle, or when they, and even the parents. You know, we had one little girl, she won a prize. We didn't tell her parents she was winning it, and we give out a sportsman award for the child we deem that's putting in a great effort, and we give out a tackle box loaded with it. And we just asked the guy, hey, you gonna hang around? And he said, yeah. And we called his daughter's name, and he broke down in tears because he was shocked that she won, but she was out there putting effort in, and she deserved getting this. And that's the best part about it, is everybody on the staff and that hard work, everybody, you know, that, you know, it's not just myself, everybody that helps put this thing on. And when it all comes together and they see families and the children, you know, with a smile on their face winning something, or whether it's catching their first fish, or just being out there all together, because we've had generations come to this now, and just seeing the smile on their faces, and it makes it all worth it, and it makes us feel good because everybody else is feeling good, and they walk away, they're happy, and they're hanging out with their family or their friends, and just being outdoors and enjoying, you know, the Great Lake of Anoda Lake in Pittsfield, Mass, you know, and having a great time.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, a friend of mine, one of my girlfriends, said to me, it's the little things that count. And it sounds just like what you're speaking of. You know, the community, the togetherness, the fun, the being outside by a lake, fishing, little things. And, you know, I just thank you. I acknowledge you for the work that you've put in, the fun that you've put in, and the community that you've built around your father and around Anoda Lake and around fishing. And again, it's what's it called? It's the Harry A. Bateman Fishing Derby, Saturday, June 3rd at the Frank Conroy Pavilion. And do you have like a Facebook page so people could find out more?
Yes, they could just go to Harry Bateman, just type in Harry Bateman Fishing Derby. Instead of all the memorial and all that, it'll pop right up. They could even Google Harry Bateman Fishing Derby, and great articles from the past will come up, and, you know, videos of that people have put out there. And once you go to the page, you could go and look at the albums and the posts, and you could see all the great things that have been done over the years. And many of our trophies are in memory of local people that helped out and, you know, touched our heart at the Fishing Derby. And you could see that too, and it's just a great community event. It's a great family event, and the people that help put it on, and all the people that come, and all the sponsors, you know, that make this thing possible. You know, like I said, we don't have a big major corporation. It's all local businesses from around here that support this, local friends and family that pitch in to make this thing possible and make this probably the best fishing derby in Massachusetts, really.
Yeah, so do the doing, guys. Go out and fish on June 3rd at the Harry Bateman Memorial Fishing Derby. We'll put the link in when we put up the podcast. And just thanks again for doing what you're doing. And you're listening to And So It Flows, the only show for H2O. Got another tune coming your way. This is something by the name of, it's called Melting. It's really appropriate given that all the snow is melting. This is by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. You're listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O.
Virus, wearing harness is the virus.
Thanks for tuning in this week to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O. Super excited to have brought you this extraordinary show today. We got, what do we got? We got this really cool poem by Emily Dickinson, Summer Shower. A drop fell on the apple tree, another one on the roof. A half a dozen kissed the eaves and made the gables laugh. A few went out to help the brook that went to help the sea. Myself conjectured where they pearls, what necklaces could be. The dust replaced in hoisted roads. The burbs Joe Cursor sung. The sunshine threw his hat away. The orchard spangles hung. The breezes brought dejected lutes and bathed them in the glee. The east put out a single flag and signed the fate away. And that was by Emily Dickinson. That was Summer Shower. You've been listening to And So It Flows, your only show for H2O here at 89.7 WTBR-FM, Pittsfield Community Radio. And you can catch us on podcast at Stitcher, Apple, Amazon, as well as Google. Just check us out and be with you next week. Really cool folks that we'll be talking to next week, all about water locking. And just thanks, and I'm your Super Waterman Ambassador for water, and we'll be talking to you soon. Chill out in the H2O.
Lemon fizzy water, sparkling water, lemon, osmosis, carbonated, filtered, distilled. See? In the abundance of water, the fool will get thirsty.